I only debate with my equals. All others I teach.
All these supposed to be laughing to start the show, man. You wrong for that, man. You wrong for that. Y'all tapped in, man. Don't even worry about it. Inside joke. Listen. What up, man? Welcome back to the Chief Seats, where culture meets conversation. Rap, you already know what it is today, man. You saw the game last night. You saw some of it. But before we get into that, man, what's up, man?
I can't complain, man.
That's what it is, man.
Can't complain. I can't complain.
I say that, but I've been doing it all day today. So I got it out. I got it out my system before we went live.
Hey, that's how you have to do it.
I got it out my system before we went live, man. Hey, look, I got my real fresh shirt on. What you got? I got my Chicago real fresh shirt on, bro.
I remember that. You was disappointed big time.
Hey, boy, let me tell you something. You don't even know how pissed off I was, man. You don't know how I was mad at your ass that day. I'm like, you supposed to let me know. You supposed to tell me about that.
But you didn't tell me what part of town you were going in until you went. You was like, we going up there. I'm like, for real? No.
I don't know nothing about Chicago, bro. I'm up there, and they got the tents, they got the vendors, they got the food cooking, and it smell good. Everything smell good, bro. But that's what happened when you turn on the grill and you put red meat on it. It's gonna smell good.
It don't smell good. But see, the thing, see, the thing is about Chicago, we eat. We will eat.
Yeah.
So when you say I'm gonna get something to eat, don't nobody go north of North Avenue to eat. Nobody.
Man, bro, listen.
It's
that's some information I needed.
But see, I don't know because usually the Rib Fest is on Kinsey, and that one is good.
And so when you black people be at.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, I know that one. That was good. And then you was like Irving Park. I was like, oh.
Hey, look, when I looked around and I seen when I looked at the what you call it, the vendor setups, right, where everybody who was cooking, and I ain't see no black people behind none of them grills. I'm like, I'm gonna give them. It's Chicago. It's the Midwest. Y'all known for the barbecue, right? Y'all known for the grilling.
Well, Chicago known for everything. Kansas City and Memphis. Kansas City, St. Louis, and Memphis known for barbecue.
Man, let me tell you something, man. When I tasted them ribs, and it looked like they just pot ball some ribs and pour some ketchup on them. Let me get the hell out of Chicago, man.
Nah.
Next time I'm in Chicago, man. If I go grilling, are we linking up first? We linking up first, man.
We can go to Lim's. We can go to Coleman's. And then you will reinstitute barbecue.
Nah, bro. I want to go by one of your, it's some family, some people somebody who you know that know what they doing on the grill. I want to go eat some real. I want the real experience, bro.
Too bad you leave town around that time, because every year my man Bud, first game of the season is his birthday and my son's birthday the same day.
Yeah,
that's September 9th. And he throw a party for his birthday, and then we do barbecue, we do gumbo, we do dirty rice, we do barbecue chicken, we do fried chicken, fish, we do it all, and we have a ball. Elemento in the building.
Elemento. But you got to fill me in on that one off the air. Shout out to Poetic Sins, man. What up, Po? But yeah, man. All right, let's get into it, man. Shout out to everybody. God, I can't even talk straight. Shout out to everybody tapped in. Appreciate y'all for watching. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe button. Tell your people to tell their people. Y'all already know what it is, man. Let's get into it, man.
Let's go.
NBA Finals. Oklahoma City, Indiana. Game 1 in Oklahoma City. Shai Gilgeous, I keep messing that boy name up. SGA.
SGA.
Haliburton. Hey, man, listen. You see the shot. Look at that. Come on, man. Let me tell you something. First of all, let me ask you a question. Who you had winning this first game?
I had OKC winning the first game. I had OKC.
What kind of margin? Was you dealing with the point spread?
I didn't think it was was gonna be a blowout because these are two evenly matched teams, two fast break teams. Ain't nobody got no post presence. And what I do like about both of these teams, well, up until last night, after I looked at the numbers, both of these teams don't live and die by the three. And you see the game winning shot is not a three.
Right.
And so I knew it was gonna be close. I got this going 7. My man Dion, one of the best singers in Chicago, me and him got a $25 bet on this series. I got OKC.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I ain't gonna sit here and act like I picked Indiana. I got OKC, but I had them in 6 games. I got OKC in 6 games. But what I didn't have was Indiana winning the game in OKC. I didn't see that happening. But if you look at that game, I think people looking at it like, oh man, you know, and I initially had that thought, but I'm like, I'm watching the game. I was on the phone with you watching the game.
Yeah.
And when I stopped and I thought about it, I'm like, how did Indiana win the game? Because if you look at the numbers on the surface, right? You got 20, I think it was 24 turnovers. Somebody, you know, correct me if I'm wrong. 24 turnovers in the first half, right? In the first half in Oklahoma City in the finals, 24 turnovers in the first half. Tyrese Haliburton, 14 points for the game, right? And SGA, damn near 40 points on the game, right? So how they win this game, right? But then, you know, go ahead. What you about to say?
The nerds. Go ahead and finish, but I know how they won this game. The nerds.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, what did I tell you on the phone last night? I said, watching these playoffs, it's about that coaching. I feel like OKC done out-coached everybody.
Yes,
Last night was the first time where I saw OKC get out-coached. You see what I'm saying? Rick Carlisle reminded you that, you know what, I'm a coach. I'm going to do what I've been doing. And adapt, adjust, come out second half, no turnovers, clean game. And boy, hey, Tyrese Haliburton is a true point guard, man. He's a true point guard, bro. He brought back the OG point guard. So shout out to him for that, man. But go ahead and give me your take.
That's why Indiana won, because they actually playing basketball. And the reason OKC is winning, in my opinion, is because they are playing basketball as well. They are not allowing the nerds. Oh man, if we hit 23s and y'all hit 22s, we gonna beat y'all. No, because I guarantee you, I can hit 22s before you hit 23s. Even if you got Steph Curry and Clay, we're gonna hit 22s before you hit 23s.
Yeah.
So and the reason I believe they won is because they did hit. Indiana did. I think they probably did hit more threes. But here's the thing: until a coach in this league says, "I got this dude 6'8" or taller that I'm gonna put on the blocks," so when we are up 10 with 6 minutes to go, we're gonna give it to him. Look. Imagine. I ain't asking for Shaq. I ain't asking for Chris Webber. I ain't asking for Karl Malone.
Yeah.
Give me Zebo in that moment. You drop it down. SGA would have been able to drop it down to a Zebo type.
Yeah.
Who is a bucket. He going to hit the free throws. He's shooting 80% from the free throw line. I'm going to foul your guys out. OKC would be up 1-0. The league should be looking, saying, you know what? We got to start putting people back in the post. This is the number one reason you should be saying, we're going to put people back in the post. Oh, damn. I ain't gonna study. You see what I'm talking about. But that's the problem. We ain't no post presence in the NBA right now. So we're gonna always see these close games, because guess what? A 16-footer is a pretty good shot to take. It's a damn good shot to take. But you know what's a better shot? An 8-footer, a 3-footer, a drop step. That's why the Spurs dominated. That's why whoever put somebody back in the post will own this league again.
Yeah. Man, listen, I'm gonna say this. When we dealing with sports, we end up being prisoners of the moment, right? And I'm looking at that 2 different ways right now. Like, I'm not gonna be okay. All right, Indiana, Haliburton just hit that big shot. Boom, they won the game in OKC with the stats that we threw out there a minute ago, we ain't gonna go crazy. I still feel like OKC is probably the better team. I think it's closer than what people realize.
Oh yeah.
But I think right now, bro, like you ain't got a lot of point guards that's operating in the traditional true form of a point guard right now. And throughout these playoffs, I think that's what really jumped out to me, because Tyrese making players around them better, right? He making the players around them better. That's what you want to see. You know what I'm saying? But then SGA is like, let me ask you this then. Who you think got the higher ceiling right now out of the two players? And I don't really want to pit them against each other, but like, who you think got the higher ceiling right now?
I don't know who got the highest ceiling, but how about this? Let me piggyback off your point guard statement.
Okay.
A bigger version, and don't get me wrong, anybody who's gonna listen to this in the future, you're gonna be typing in, oh well, he must have went crazy. This is a large version, this is a even height version of Magic versus Isaiah. SGA would be Isaiah Thomas. I'm a score, I'm gonna get it in, I'm gonna do what I gotta do, I'm gonna get people involved, but one of my biggest talents is scoring. I can't play a traditional point guard if they ask me. Tyrese is Magic Johnson. Haliburton is Magic Johnson. And again, for the people who gonna listen and say, he ain't nowhere near Magic Johnson. Again, this is when you listen
that's coming.
To understand, not listen to respond. This is Magic Johnson versus Isaiah Thomas in this era. Because you got two guys who could be in the conversation for MVP. One guy won the MVP. One guy dominated the West. One guy dominated the East. He came out of nowhere. One guy interrupted the plan for this Boston Celtics, Isaiah Thomas. People not rating the way they need to be. And you got SGA, league MVP, on his team, and they killing it. Williams, the big boy Brett or Chet or whatever his name is. And hey, man, I think this is about to be some serious business. But to answer directly your thing for the ceiling, I don't know.
Yeah.
They 24 and 26 years old. I don't know.
I'm telling you, man. Like, I mean, SGA is a dog. I think he gonna come out. He probably gonna put up the same kind of numbers he just put up. But I mean, I gotta see players who are role players playing at home get more involved, step up. That's what it's gonna take for them to beat this Indiana team. Because if you come in like that, you come in flat like that again. Now we might be having a different conversation. Like it's gonna be one of them is OKC in trouble type conversations. And I think it will happen. I mean, they're at home. Like you said, it's you got some nerves going on. But you asked a question the other day. We was talking, and you brought up the question about you mentioned Jalen Brunson, SGA. Is this something that I don't think you worded it like, is this sustainable? Are they gonna be allowed to, you know what I'm saying, kind of continue to do what they're doing right now, the way the league structured? I want you to bust that down for me a little bit.
Like it's kind of like what I was just now. Like I was kind of just saying.
Yeah.
These guys are changing the way people playing basketball right now. Or could they look, we went from running gun, big threes with Clay and Steph. You had LeBron running gun and hitting and dunking and slamming. But these guys are the point guard allowing Chet to be himself. And then you got Williams doing his thing. And then you got my man Pascal Siakam doing his thing. And then what's the big center dude? He the oldest dude on the Pacers. And you know it's crazy when the oldest dude on your team ain't even 30.
Yeah, not Miles Turner. You talking about
Miles Turner? Yeah, that's Miles Turner.
Miles Turner. Yeah,
Miles Turner. He been there 10 years. He the oldest Pacer.
Damn, they young.
He been there 10 years. So I think he only 28 years old. So it's this, and we live in copycat sports. You know, if you in baseball, if you hitting a whole lot of home runs, people gonna start telling their players to swing for the fences. If you striking people out, we got people striking out. If you got NFL, you throwing, everybody gonna start throwing. Is this the change of the guard where you setting people up for their comfort zones? You got more motion in the offense, and then you're going to start, you don't have to go back to Alonzo Mourning, Dikembe Mutombo, and all those dudes. Are these people going to start actually putting people back in the post And that way, the Joel Embiid's and the other dudes who got footwork up and under jump hooks and stuff like that, is that going to be back in play? Because you can't tell, it ain't nothing on this earth that'll tell me that if OKC had, like I said, a Zach Randolph, hell, a Horace Grant, a anybody who can go to the post, hell, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, you can go to the post and guarantee you money in the bank. Are you gonna win?
Yeah, I mean, but that's what you're seeing though. It's like, I think you really seeing it. Look at how these two teams got there. Really, I mean, you know, Indiana maybe more so on the three because everybody can shoot on that team, but they playing defense again. They playing defense again, and they proving that you can play defense and still put them numbers up. Look at this shit. It's like, hell, back in the day, you might have what, like 92 to 89 is your final. You know what I'm saying? They still putting up numbers, but they playing defense, and you know, you seeing a true point guard. You seeing a player get other players involved, and they young as hell doing that. Shout out to Rick Carlisle, man. Shout out to what's my coach name for OKC? I don't know that boy name, but you know,
I don't know.
Up until the night, you know, hell, he done coached a hell of a playoffs, but they coaching it, you know, and they buying in. But you seeing it happen with young teams. So
and man, thank God for that, man, because I'm tired of all of this foolishness and madness. Running up and down the court, shooting 55,000 threes. And look, man, play some basketball, man.
Man, I called you when the playoffs first started, and it might have been Indiana. I say, Rap, look, man, they jacking up. They jacking up threes from half court. Nigga, you can tell I can't play. Nigga, my jumper broke. I can't play. I ain't never been no athlete. I don't even know the form.
It works.
It's gonna have to. But they jacking up threes left and right. And it's like, I don't even want to watch this. Because you watching like good teams, man, good players. I'm like, damn, man, you ain't gonna win like this. If you got one or two teams in the playoffs that's playing defense, that's moving the basketball, that's going to the basket. That's what pissed me off about Minnesota, man. That's what pissed me off about Anthony Edwards. I'm like, you right here in the position where you can end up in the NBA Finals, and you done stop attacking the basket. Am I blaming the coach for that, or am I blaming the superstar player that's self-proclaimed superstar player in the league, telling the whole world that I'm the one, I'm him, and you're not even going to the bucket? You settling.
You settling
because you know, and I don't want to make no excuses for him, but I mean, how much does youth factor in?
I would go a third youth, third coach, and third player. The reason I say that is this: you got, like you said, a self-professed superstar, just limiting his athletic ability, trying to show the world I have well-rounded game. You ask me personally, I think that's what ruined Vince Carter. If Vince Carter would have just kept slamming on people and developed a jumper like Kobe and Mike did, he'd have been better off. But he started, hey man, you got to work on your jumper. No, I don't. No, I don't.
Yeah.
That dude on the screen right there. That he's the perfect example of, I ain't got to work on no jumper. Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
You should work on your 18-footer, Shaq.
Yeah, wow. Shaq was a freak of nature though, man. You talking about 7 foot, 1,200 pound.
But guess what?
Shaq one of them athletes. You got athletes that they bust their ass and they earn their spots. And then you got athletes with God-given ability and just a God-given frame to where I don't even got to work on my game. I just need to get down here, be able to move around a little bit, and catch the ball when they throw it to me. And all I got to do is turn around and. But I get what you're saying though. I ain't disagreeing with you. I agree 100%. He did what he do. That's what your body allow you to do. That's what your game allow you to do.
I'm old enough to remember when they used to say, Mike need to work on his jumper. And until you stop me, Gilbert Arenas said it about 6 months ago. He was like, Kobe, and people took it as an insult when he said the reason Kobe has secondary moves is because he didn't have the athletic ability to beat you. He said, couldn't nobody stop my first move. He said, hey, couldn't nobody. He said, why? He said, why Jordan never worked on the second move? Because couldn't nobody stop on the, if you can't stop me from doing this and getting past you, What I'm gonna go? Okay, and if they stop me there, I'm gonna do this. No, and Vince Carter had that.
Yeah, man.
I'm like,
Kobe was so damn good though, because Kobe was bored as hell. He a young nigga in the league and couldn't do nothing. He couldn't hang out. He couldn't go to the club, so he in the gym all day. You know what I'm saying? And he had that little chip on his shoulder because when nobody really messing with him. So
having Brandy come over to the room.
Yeah, you got Brandy taking Brandy to the prom and shit.
Right.
You don't even want to hang out with her like that. And you back in the gym. So, but yeah. I tell you what though, I know I called 6 games. I'm leaning more towards I gotta watch game 2. I ain't gonna be no prisoner of the moment. I ain't gonna do that.
Yeah.
They could come out, it could be a blowout. It could be a blowout the other way. When they play Sunday, right?
Yep.
Sunday at 8:30.
Sunday tomorrow.
Sunday at 8:30. But
before we go to another real topic, let me ask you this. Do you watch I just happened to catch Mason Cam's show today.
Yeah.
And they're banting about the NBA is saying, hey man, we might do the world versus the NBA stars for the All-Star game. Why Mason Cam think they thought that up? If y'all gonna steal our ideas, y'all need to at least give us credit. And I'm like, you know how long people been talking about that, you jackasses?
Right. Man, come on, man. What the fuck Cam do to his teeth too, man?
He went and got some veneers or some false teeth put in.
Is that what it is?
He ended up getting an $8,500 special instead of going ahead and put the $20,000 in his mouth.
Shout out to Cam and Mace, man, but that nigga looking like Secretariat right now. I saw earlier they sitting there laughing about something, and I'm like, damn, this nigga teeth done got big as hell.
Yeah, that fool teeth. That man got, like we say in the hood, that boy got some teethus.
And I can't stand the way some of them New York niggas talk. Shout out to Microwave. I see you in the chat room, man. Shout out to everybody tapped in, man. New York nigga over there. He be talking like that too.
Yeah.
Fish be walking around talking. Sound like Cameron.
Maybe Microwave got some big teeth.
Fish, he gonna go get some of them T-moving ears.
Man, that teeth this big, Joe. Damn, I noticed that too. And he always smiling. He like,
yeah, he be doing it on purpose. That's how I picked up on that. And Cam, I think he done it too. I mean, listen, you gotta get your grill fixed. Get your grill fixed. You got the money, man. Do it. Shit.
Yeah, man,
do it. I remember my brother went and got his teeth bleached one time. That nigga come home. He had been going off to school. He come back and had them bleached. He wanted to show him off. Yeah, I ain't gonna shit on my brother on air like that.
Hey, man.
Oh shit.
You know who got their teeth fixed and they look natural? Shannon Crowder on the pivot.
Oh, okay.
That man used to have some rat teeth. And man, he got some real nice teeth. But he dropped that double on it.
Man, listen, man. Nah, we gonna keep it. We gonna keep it to sports. I'm gonna tell you, the one cat that went and got they needed to get it done. They got it done, and shout out to him for doing it. That damn Anthony Davis, man. Kentucky Anthony Davis, nigga looked like he bit a brick. Championship Anthony Davis, you know, you look like an NBA champion. You look like a professional athlete, man. You know what I'm saying?
Brick.
A nigga look like he bit a brick, man. Like he bit a brick. What other topic? Do we even got another topic? I think we just was focusing on the finals.
We was focusing on the finals, and
but you threw something out there though.
Oh, the Teefus. Now, okay, well, since we on here, Aaron Rodgers just signed a 1-year deal with the Steelers. Coach Killer or Savior? Talk to me.
Aaron Rodgers, and I said this in the chat group with I think me, Fish, and Nino and JB was in the chat, and I think I sent him this text earlier. Damn, it's crazy you said that. Aaron Rodgers is good for getting coaches fired right now. Mike McCarthy, Robert Saleh, and it's about to be Mike Tomlin. If any of you Pittsburgh Steelers fans is in the chat room, y'all tapped in, y'all listening to the replay, y'all catching us live, I'm not apologizing. Aaron Rodgers about to get that man fired. Matter of fact, I know you're going to disagree with me, Rep, but I'm going to tell you this. Mike Tomlin is about to get Mike Tomlin fired. I don't know how much power he had during this draft season, but he had an opportunity. We ain't finna go down no controversial road or whatever. He had an opportunity to make a move. And y'all held out for Aaron Rodgers, a player who coming off this Achilles injury, a player who over the past couple of years, what has he shown you to make you believe that this is the future of our team? And if you not, and I don't want to hear nothing about it, ain't about the future. It's about right now. You ain't built to win no Super Bowl. Pittsburgh ain't finna win no Super Bowl right now. Why you picking up a player to take you to the promised land? How long you think you gonna have him?
Well, he only signed for 1 year. 1 year.
He wouldn't sign for more than that. No way.
Okay. In Mike Tomlin, in the Pittsburgh Steelers defense, hey, believe it or not, I agree with everything you just said. Mike Tomlin, he messed around and get fired after this. But that's what they've been wanting to do anyway. They've been looking for a reason to get rid of Mike. But my only issue, only saving grace with Aaron Rodgers is the last 6 games of the season, he looked like the original Aaron Rodgers. I'm not saying that he looked like a world beater. I'm not saying that he looked like league MVP. He looked like a very good quarterback. If you put a very good quarterback on the Pittsburgh Steelers, they are a championship level team. That does not mean I think they're going to win the Super Bowl. That does not mean I think they can beat the world. That does not mean anything but they look like a team. The last time they won the Super Bowl, they was 500. They was about to be 500 going into the season. Jerome Bettis ran over Brian Urlacher. They won that game, got into the playoff, got into the dance, won the Super Bowl. I think they are that level team. They have a stout defense. They picked up a defensive tackle to sit there with Cam Hayward, one of the best tackles in the history of the league. You still got the white boy, J.J. Watt brother over there knocking every quarterback in the league down. They got a solid and a stout secondary. If they can get a running back who has the breakaway speed and Aaron Rodgers does not hit any wide open safeties and don't throw any linebackers open, they can be a team. It's any given Sunday. But I don't really see a 40-some-year-old man doing that.
No, and that's it. And I mean, listen, you picked up Aaron Rodgers. So what you've done, you may have the third best quarterback in that division. You know what I'm saying? He may be the third best quarterback in that division.
Yeah, he is. He's the third best. But the only reason he's the third best quarterback is because Shador is a rookie and Joe Flacco is a bum.
Exactly. And I gotta disagree. I can't agree with you that if they had an elite quarterback that they could be.
No, not elite. They got a stout defense. So when you have a stout defense, you don't need. Tom Brady was on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Stout defense. Don't blow it, Tom. And he got a 6th Super Bowl. Brady Kev just said something. Let's see what he said, because I can't read this shit. Pittsburgh is lucky they will have they win the playoff spot if they win the playoff spot. Oh.
Yeah.
And then he said, if you're not
good with that, then okay, but that's it. But I do not see Pittsburgh making the playoffs, to be honest. Shout out to Ray the Cab. I do not see Pittsburgh being a 500 team. I don't see. You know what? I'm about to pull up their schedule. I want to pull up their schedule. Let's see, because I could be tripping. Maybe they got one of them lightweight 49er schedules right now.
No, they ain't got that, because think about it. The Ravens were good. The Ravens were supposed to be in the Super Bowl last year, in accordance to record.
Mm-hmm.
They might have a soft schedule, because the Browns wasn't nothing last year. The Bengals wasn't nothing last year. And the Steelers were good. So they might have a middle-of-the-road schedule with the coach that they have and the talent they have. A middle-of-the-road schedule get you 10 wins.
Right.
But
look at right here, we got, you got the preseason games. They got the Jaguars, they got the Bucks, they got the Panthers. 3 preseason games. So now you starting off with the Jets, right? We're going to walk through it. Shit, we just on here. That's a win, right?
1.
Okay. Seahawks.
They got a rookie quarterback, 2.
Patriots.
3.
Vikings.
Possible.
All right, let me tell you what.
We don't know who. Hold it. We don't know which quarterback going to show up.
I mean,
they got a rookie quarterback. Okay, they got a rookie quarterback, so 4.
Yeah, I'm calling that one a win. Where you at? Where we at? We had the Vikings. And then you get to the Browns.
5.
12.
So I'm going to give them 5, because by the time they play the next time, Shador should be starting, and that should be a better 5.
All right, so stop right there, because now this way it kind of get tricky.
Okay.
You got 5 wins under your belt with Aaron Rodgers, You finna pick up some momentum. If Aaron Rodgers can cut up, now the season might be getting interesting right there. All right. So then you got now you got the Bengals.
Possible.
That's an L. I think
the Bengals can't stop a nosebleed at this point.
I agree, but I think right now Joe Burrow is on a comeback mission. I think he got a chip on his shoulder. I'm calling a loss. I'm not finna get a Steelers 6 wins in a row. I'm not doing that. It's National Football League. So they 5-1. They 5-1 right now. Then you got the Packers.
2.
5-2.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You got the Colts.
6.
Okay,
who's the quarterback in the Colts?
The Colts quarterback. How am I drawing a blank? Y'all in the chat room. Give me
Carson Wentz.
All right. So now
he hit wide open linebackers. That's 6. He throwing linebackers.
All right. So then you got Steelers versus the Chargers. That's an L.
3. Yeah, 3.
6-3. Steelers versus the Bengals.
I'm giving them that one because you usually split with your division.
I ain't giving them that win in a division unless they playing the Browns. All right, so you got what you got them at now? You got them at 6. You got them at 7-3.
7-3.
Okay,
7-3.
Shit. All right. They got the Bears.
I don't know because we don't know what the Bears are going to look like, but it's put like this. Presently constructed as far as we know, Bears, Steelers, I'm going to give it to the Steelers, so that's 8. But that's a possible. That's 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other, because we don't know what the Bears are going to be. They got a rookie coach. We don't know what the Bears are going to be, so I don't know.
So you got to call it though. You got to go ahead and get one. We got to have a record.
I'm gonna give them the 8.
So we 8 and what we got? 8-3, 8-4, 8-3.
8-3. That's 11 games.
All right. So then next up, you got the Bills and the Ravens back to back.
Boom, boom. 2 W. I mean 2 L's.
All right. So that's 8-5.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now you got the Dolphins.
W. I don't have no faith in it.
9-5. Now you got to go up against the Lions.
9-6.
9-6. Then you got the Browns again.
Now we need to see where the Browns with that one. But again, that's 9 to 10 wins, which in the AFC
game.
Think about it. You got 9 to you already had 9 wins.
Okay.
If the Ravens are going to be good, we anticipate the Ravens being good. We anticipate the Bills being good. Nobody else in that division gonna be worth a damn.
Yeah.
You got Sunshine them down in Jacksonville. Ain't nobody in that division worth a damn. Well, Texas is good in that division.
All right, where you at with them?
You got 3 teams in the Raiders division that's good as well.
Yeah.
You got Denver. You got the Chargers. You may have the Raiders with Pete Carroll. So 9 wins could get you in the hunt.
All right. So hold on, we ain't done. We ain't done. We still got a little ways to go. You got where you at? You at 9-5?
9-5.
9-5, 9-6, 9-5. All right.
9-5.
Lions, 9-6. I'm calling
9-6. Right.
No. We already did the Lions. We was back at the.
You did the Lions.
No, we did the Lions. We back at the Browns. So 9-5. So now you
you got
the Ravens. Last game you got the Ravens.
So you got 9-7. You get in the playoffs at 9-7.
So right now, based on your predictions, Mike Tomlin sustains his winning record.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
And
based on your prediction. Huh?
And gets in the playoffs.
And probably he could possibly get in the playoffs with that. All right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
now, this is what you also have to factor in. What their running back play looking like, and is DK Metcalf healthy? You got a healthy DK Metcalf, you got a running game, and the Steelers defense, that's a Super Bowl.
Is Aaron healthy?
But see, when you got the defense that the Steelers have, and you got a DK in the running game, you don't need him to be Aaron Rodgers. You need him to be Brad Johnson.
Is he able to get on that field, though? That's what I'm saying. Is he going to be? Because now the question becomes, who's your backup?
I don't know.
Is it, Mason Rudolph?
They drafted some Rudy.
They got,
drafted
you
something.
know what I'm saying? You ain't got, Justin Fields back there right now. But
Right.
so all things considered, if he stays healthy, if it works out with DK Metcalf, if that O line can keep him upright, because
That's
that's
what
one of
they
my
do.
concerns.
But no, that's what they see. The Steelers built a team anticipating Aaron Rodgers. And also take this into consideration. I'm not taking up for Aaron Rodgers. I think he's the most overrated outside of Peyton Manning. He's the number 2 all-time regular season. He's the number 2 regular season quarterback in the history of the league. But it is the regular season we talking about.
Yeah.
And the Steelers player development is insane. They got great coaching, if you ask me. They just don't need you to Aaron Rodgers it in the season.
Yeah.
If they don't Aaron Rodgers it, that's when you know. And then we got them 9 wins, but you got some Mike Tomlin magic going on. So I don't have a lot of faith in Aaron Rodgers either. But I will offer you this, and maybe I want to hear what you say about this. Usually, when you come off an injury, it's the year after that you actually return to form. And he did the last 6 games of the season. Him and Adams were looking, Devontae Adams, they were looking like Aaron and Devontae the last 6 games. I'm not saying that the man is a world beater, but when you got
go ahead, my bad.
When you got a great coach, talent on the defense, we've seen, man, look, Trent Dilfer won the Super Bowl, Brad Johnson won the Super Bowl, Peyton Manning won his last Super Bowl with defense. Tom Brady won his last Super Bowl with defense. We got opportunities where all you need is the quarterback to not blow it with coaching, defense, and talent. And you may be able to salvage your career. And hey, let's not forget, the whole world is giving their ass to Aaron Rodgers. They cracking their ass cheeks and throwing it in his face. That's an awful humbling.
Yeah, I mean, because right now Aaron Rodgers damn near own the Pittsburgh Steelers, bro. He got them. I mean, he done came in and just, this is my team now, and y'all gonna do it how I want to do it. If that wasn't the case, then we wouldn't have seen this drag out the way it was. But I left this comment up for a reason, man, because I agree with you, Kev. It's very optimistic, especially that first part of the season. You have to have chemistry those first 5 games, and they not a lot. I fucked this comment up, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but see,
I don't think them first 5 games, I think they should win them. Based on paper, they should win those games, right? On paper, they should win both of those matchups against the Browns. Now, what we didn't look at was where are these games being played, because I do think that play a factor. But
yeah, I would give them the home
and looking at the team pound for pound.
Right, toss up on the road home. I'm giving it to them.
Yeah,
I don't have a lot of faith in the Bengals because the way Flacco was talking, the Bengals he might be still a son.
You talking about Burrow?
Joe Burrow. The way Burrow was talking, he like, hey man,
they got to do something over there because If they got to get him happy.
Yeah, they got a lot of this. They don't want to sign his best receivers. They cheat. They are the AFC. Look, they're in the same division, the AFC North, NFC North. They are the AFC North Bears.
That's why the Bengals are the Bengals. That's why they're the Bengals. And I say that about a lot of teams in the league, man. That's why they are the Browns. Look at what they did this offseason. You know what I'm saying? It's a handful of teams that I feel like they are teams that you get them, you want them on your schedule for a win. It's a handful of those teams that I feel like the organization ain't horribly ran. It's just maybe just like the Panthers. I don't think that's a horribly ran organization. I just feel like, I mean, shit, they done had a rough go at it for about a decade and some change. You know, losing DJ and McCaffrey and them.
The difference in the Panthers and who's the other team you said? The Panthers, the Browns, the Lions, and other teams that seem to be snake bitten. I respect them more because me and you could, if we just took time, it would take us literally 60 seconds to name 3 good Panther players. I'm talking about over the last 5 years. 3 very good. DJ Moore in Chicago. He was a Panther. You had the quarterback now, and Luke Kuechly, or ain't that his name? Luke Kuechly.
Yeah,
Good ball
McCaffrey.
player.
You know what I'm saying?
McCaffrey.
Shit,
Now,
Steve Smith.
if you go to the Browns then had Suggs. They got the left defensive end. I can't think his name. Miles Garrett. They got a stout secondary. They are doing everything they can to win. And then when you look at the people like the Bengals and the Bears, they keep being cheap and overlooking talent. Oh, no. Maurice Nesbitt is the number 1 pick in the draft. He the best player we've seen in the last 15 years. But you know what we're going to do? H-Rap, we could develop him. And we're going to trade our number 1 pick. We ain't going to get Mo. We're going to go get H-Rap, and we're going to develop him. And I come out, and I look like a damn grape juice stain on the white tee of life. Nope. Get Mo, pay Mo, and build around him. Now, the Bears have done
Liquor
that.
House quotes.
Okay,
moonshine quote.
Yeah, right. But pay Mo, but now they did it with Williams, and they started to do it right. But a lot of these teams, the Bengals, are still on that page. There's no way that you don't empty your pockets and pay everybody you can in Cincinnati, because it ain't like you got a whole lot of people wanting to come to Cincinnati. It's cold as a hole's heart down there in the winter. It ain't nothing to do. It's in the middle of nowhere. You don't want to pay? Nah. So I would rather be a Lions fan. They just keep getting it wrong. I'd rather be a Raider fan and keep getting it wrong. I'd rather be a Browns fan that keep getting it wrong, but we still have talent here, than to be a Bears. Historically, the Bears. Historically, the Bungles. And there's probably other couple of teams. Jets. How you in New York and you stink all the time? No, I don't want to do that. Y'all blowing it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
And if you wait, they didn't sign both receivers. No, they did. They didn't sign one of them. See?
Who we talking about?
Exactly. He said, wait, they didn't sign both receivers. That's why That's why they didn't sign a deal. The Bengals.
Okay, yeah.
They get a bunch of talent. Man, dude, think about all the talent that has gone through Cincinnati, and they still ain't won it. Look, you got Ocho Cinco, you got Corey Dillon, you had Rudy Johnson, you had I forgot the middle linebacker, Troy something. He came out with Palomalo, Mulaga. Dude, I could name 1,000,005 good Bengals. Every few years, TJ Houshmandzadeh, Chris Henry, whack ass Carson Palmer.
I mean, it's a lot of these teams are forms for good players, man. A lot of these players are going to be, whether they Hall of Famers or All Pros or whatever, they be coming from these teams that suck throughout the season and they draft good. They get the good draft picks, right? So they picking these players up. They don't stay there. You know what I'm saying? Because the organizations are poorly run. But I mean, you know, that's a whole segment. We can do a whole show on that. But
and like we said, the outdated term of small market team. I don't want to hear that no more. Y'all get money off DraftKings, y'all get off ESPN bets. All these betting people paying the NFL.
Right.
I found out recently the NFL charges Yahoo, ESPN, and all them to use their stats for fantasy. Ain't no more small market, man.
Right.
Y'all printing money.
And all these games are accessible everywhere. Hell, Amazon got the games now.
Amazon, NBS, Amazon, ESPN, ABC, CBS, NBC, Fox, Netflix.
Yep. They got the playoffs on Paramount Plus this year.
Ain't no more.
I just
That's
made
CBS.
that up, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Paramount is CBS. So, hey, man, I don't want to hit no more small market. Hey, this is a small market team. Nah. As much money as y'all making. Hey, if it's a such thing as a small market team, how is it that the Dodgers can afford to pay dues the Dodgers and the Mets can pay collectively $1.5 billion for 2 players? Now, I know that's New York and that's LA, but the Mets are not the Yankees.
Yep.
So I don't want to hear that. That small market, that is an antiquated term. We need to get away from that. And as sports fans, we need to stop even talking about that.
Yeah.
Speaking of, okay, one more thing and then we got to go. Doug Christie, Chris Webber, and whatever that basketball wise chick. That's the most disgusting thing I've seen in my life.
Break it
You know
down.
what?
For the people that don't know what happened.
Doug Christie's wife had a relationship with Chris Webber, had a baby, and has pawned that child off on Doug Christie for the last 20 plus years. Chris Webber coming over to the crib laughing, joking, and kicking it. According to the reports say that Doug Christie's daughter used to say Chris Webber used to always hug on her and kiss on her and everything. And she thought it was strange, but she just thinking that's Uncle Chris. The facts come out. That ain't Doug Christie's child. They never said it was Chris Webber's baby. Nothing said it's been proven as Chris Webber's baby, but Chris Webber has allegedly come out and said that is my child. Talk to me about it.
Who is this woman? I got.
She one of the basketball wives chicks, and she ain't one of the fine ones either.
You don't know her name? Y'all gotta forgive me. I gotta put my glasses on for this. Huh?
Jackie Christie.
Jackie Christie. Let me see.
She is not one of the fine ones. That is not Shaq's wife. That is not Dwight Howard's wife or girlfriend. She ain't cute at all. She is kick out the bed for eating crackers eligible. I'm telling you, this is disgusting.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Yeah, you seen it yet?
Yeah.
She ain't what's up, and she'd have been cut on and everything. So that ain't probably how she looked.
So what's the story? They saying that he out of pocket for carrying it the way he carrying it, or
ain't nobody really killing Chris Webber. Everybody killing Jackie, and they side with even the child has said she's disowned Chris.
Because mind you, they teammates for how long now?
Right.
They were teammates and I get it. We done seen the teammates that that violate one another or whatever. I think Delonte and LeBron. Mm-hmm. The whole Derek Fisher and
Matt Barnes
situation.
But this is different. See, Derek Fisher backdoored Matt Barnes. That's your ex-woman, and I'm supposed to be your homie. I'll go slide on your ex-woman.
This a child.
It really ain't no. That's just weak. LeBron, you can't tell LeBron mama not to date one of his teammates.
Big Illinois say she used to be emotional every time she was at the house.
I forgot. Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah. And guess
Shout
what?
out to Big Illinois.
This is the same woman who used to literally drive behind the team bus because, according to her, he can't be nowhere because I don't want none of these women in his face. One of these women.
I knew Jackie Christie was messy. So she was on a show. She was really on Basketball Wives.
I think from what I heard on, just listening to other news outlets, she is the creator. Now, Shaq's wife is the producer. Basketball Wives is her idea.
Yeah.
I've never
Jackie
watched
Christie's idea.
Yeah, Jackie Christie's idea.
Okay, all right. I ain't know that. Shout out to Mocha Belly.
I understood, like, she used to, like, the bus driver down the road, she'd drive behind the bus. And
that's fire, bro.
She couldn't be no more than 6 to 8 feet away from him because I guess she knew how she was. She might have been protecting herself, and it's out there, man. It's and I don't get it, man. I mean,
she was on basketball. That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy. These niggas out of control, man. And then I'm gonna tell you what it ain't funny, but was odd. Like last time I heard from Chris Webber, I was listening to. Damn, what was I listening to? It was on satellite radio. He had like this. I don't know. It was a music show. It was on one of the. It wasn't a sports show. It was on one of the music channels, and he was like, like he was a preacher or something. Now I'm like, is he a minister? I'm not saying he was, but that's how he was. That's how he was carrying it on that show. Just playing a lot of gospel music. Just the whole thing was religious. It just felt real religious. And I'm
maybe
like,
that's why he's on God.
Maybe he was just exactly. He might have been in one of them moments like, man, I fucked up. I was wrong. Let me, God work with me on this thing. Don't let that karma hit me. Don't take my money.
That's something else. Speaking of which, Doug Christie had sued for $4 million. Two got to come from Jackie, two got to come from Chris.
Get out of here. He sued
And won.
How that work?
Because he's been taking care of your kid. Like all this money I gave.
He got back pay for. He got back child support from Chris.
What they been paying on this music like, hey, man, you got to take care of your kids, man.
That nigga got back pay. He got back pay. That's crazy. I ain't heard about this. I ain't heard about it.
I heard it because
I think you told me about it this morning. That's the first time I heard about it.
Yeah, man, I'm a podcast junkie, man. You know, because I be measuring myself against other podcasts. So
see that I would, yeah. We talked about that. I think, damn, I wish I could have pulled something up on that. I need y'all to see this woman. For those of y'all who don't, you know what I'm saying.
They had a very messy. Mocha said they had a very messy divorce.
Mocha got the tea on this situation.
Oh yeah. She must be up on it.
Mocha got the tea. She been following that shit. Mocha, you gotta do a podcast. Start you a podcast. What you gonna call it? What you gonna call it? The elemental. But let me tell you something though, bro. When I heard about the situation with what's my man name? We just talked about him. Derek Fisher and Matt Barnes. When I heard about that situation right there, and it didn't get as violent as it could have got. This shit right here, when you got a child involved, bro.
Yeah, man.
That could have got. I mean, I don't know nothing about Doug Christie. I ain't even heard of Doug Christie interview, post game conference or nothing.
He ain't said nothing. Yeah. He has not publicly said a word.
Yeah, but you never question nobody manhood, and certain situations could, that could bring some shit out, man. So that's a weird one, man. Let me look up his number. I need his lawyer. Yeah, for sure. I mean, if he got back pay, like, bro, I ain't see that one coming. Either somebody had a terrible lawyer, or he had one of them Cochrans or one of them Dream Team lawyers.
No, but see, the thing is, she jumped off. See, now I do know about this. When they was getting a divorce, she jumped all the way out the window. And she started accusing him of mental abuse and anguish and all this other stuff. She was drowning his name. She grabbed that man's name and threw it. And then he went and got a forensic accountant and showed how she been stealing from him the whole time. See, I heard about this a few months back when she tried to sue this man for $200 million, man. So I knew about that because, like I said, I'm a podcast nerd, and I ain't gonna lie, I'll be measuring myself like, am I good enough? I'm better than him. I ain't gonna lie, I'm better than him, I'm better than him, I'm better than him, I'm better than him. But you know celebrities. You used to be a rapper, so you got the pub, and I ain't mad at you. Work that. But it's only a matter of time. I'm gonna keep climbing the ladder. You know what I mean? So she was running it, and she jumped. Instead of just trying, you live in California, you've been married for 20 years, you could have just got what you deserve and walked away. She tried to go crazy. So he went and hired the Dream Team and ruined her name.
Tea Time with Mocha. That's the podcast. There it is. Shout out to Miss Sonya, man. Mocha, hey, we finna start. We gonna start putting, huh?
That's Denise Milk and Cookies.
Denise Milk and Cookies. Shout out to Denise Milk and Cookies, man. We finna start taking. We gonna put a list together. Everybody gonna come up with ideas for that podcast and gonna submit it. We campaign. We petitioning, Mocha. Go ahead and set it up. But yeah, man. All right. I know we about to get out of here. You got to make a run. I got to make a run, bro. Tell us what you about to be talking about, man. I know you finna crank up.
Monday.
You about to be 7 days a week with this podcast and shit.
Damn near, man. Monday, I got this show on deck. It is called Where Are They Now? And why am I podcast? Where are the stars now? The United States of America is up. It's being turned upside down. You got the Republican Party doing everything they can to keep people impoverished. They're trying to create a caste system. A caste system means just like a cast. It's just like a cast on your arm. It's frozen. You're going to be frozen into poverty. You're going to be frozen into the middle class. They're going to be frozen at the top and continue to rise. But you got celebrities like Ice Cube, Waka Flocka Flame, Tariq Nasheed, and other celebrities that told us to hold our votes. They told us to do all type of foolish stuff. Thank you. They told us to do all type of foolish stuff. And where are they now that if you are eligible for SNAP benefits, your SNAP benefits will be reduced? Where are they now? They're trying to take away Section 8. Where are they now? They're trying to do all this stuff so the very people that listen to them will suffer. I told y'all a year ago, stop listening to these clowns. We will not hear from them until maybe next August when the midterms are here. Well, what we going to get? Why don't y'all be setting up something now? I'm going to talk about that and a few other things Monday, but that's what I'm primarily talking about Monday.
That's what it is, man. And listen, Chief Seats, we finna do pop-ups for the next little minute, man. We might pop up later on tonight. But
hey, I do it.
But yeah, make sure y'all subscribe, and you ain't got to worry about when we come on. You get that notification. We'll give y'all a heads up, and make sure y'all just keep clicking that like button, comment, share, put it out there, tell your people. And until then,
hold it before you go. Hey, do us one favor. When we end this, let it play out. And I want everybody who was in the chat room today, just type in to the comment section. After it all ends, type into the comment section where you from. The reason you're doing that is because all the support y'all gave us live is awesome. But it really helps us when people comment when we off the air.
Yeah. Do that. And until then.
Do that. There
it is.
What I'm not going to do is turn this shit down to make you happy.